Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world famous Jonesy and Brown show. It is me, John Brown, alongside my partner, Mike Jones. What's going on, sir?
Oh man, I'm good. I'm really good. Busy week, but we get to talk sports today, so that should be fun.
All right, we're going to talk basketball this week because we got a good guest. Eagles are in a bye week, so we're going to talk a little basketball. Let me run down my man's. Let me run down his resume real quick because he's a good friend of ours, longtime friend, a true Jonesy and Brown day one. This man is straight out of West Philly. We have seen his work on NBA.com. Right now, he's a contributor for Slam Online and GQ Magazine. This man is also a proud member of Kappa Alpha Psi. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Mr. Anthony Gilbert, sir. What's happening, brother?
Gentlemen, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Man,
Felt like there should have been an applause track playing after that
I
intro.
know. I need to get that. I need to get that
When
applause.
he said Mike Jones, I wanted to say who so bad.
Everyone else does. Go ahead. It's
Oh,
all
you don't have
good.
to fight it.
Yeah, you know, you absolutely don't have to fight it because I know I have done that a couple of times on this show.
Good.
Oh man.
Anthony, I know you're a busy man. What you currently working on? What you got cooking, man?
Oh man, so I got two things I'm working on. So one thing is just for me. It's like a childhood dream where I always wanted to speak to the barbers and stylists that service the professional players, NBA, NFL, the W. So I've been doing that project. It's a lot of fun, man. I've been uncovering like crazy stories about like the Eagles from the 90s where they used to get their cut in Germantown and
Mm-hmm.
Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia Hair Company.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
Um, I got
Germantown
a
Ave.
Yep, I got a really cool story about Kobe flying into town, getting a cut like 2 a.m. down north Philly. So it's cool, man. I've been working on that. Like that's just like a personal like pet project. And then
Okay. Well,
um,
barbershops get all the best stories.
they do
True.
right.
It's true.
And then I'm working on a project that has yet to get ratified with ESPN presents and Scape.
Mm.
And essentially with that, it's going to revolve around like sneakers, footwear, endorsements, contracts, stuff like that with like NBA players.
Okay.
So that's what I got. That's what I got going on.
Nice, nice. I'm glad you kind of brought up sneakers. Jonesy and I did a segment a couple of weeks ago. We were talking
Hmm.
about sneakers, and I know you are a sneaker fan, like Jonesy and I are.
Hmm.
So I have two questions. One,
Hmm.
first question is: have you been to that new Jordan store yet?
Just went yesterday.
Oh, really? What's it like, man? I
It,
have not been there yet.
it's beautiful. Like you can tell that somebody like put some thought into it. You know what I mean? And like when I walked in, unlike most places in 2025, like I was greeted. I was made to feel welcome. I was like,
Mm.
hey, this is what you'll find over here. My name is such and such. Let me know if you need anything. And I'm kind of
Mm,
like, it's okay. Then I
You don't
go,
see that in retail too
yeah.
much
yeah,
And they're
anymore.
yeah.
like, and then they're like, hey, upstairs is the footwear. I was like, all right, I'm going upstairs. Went upstairs, same thing. Hi, my name is such and such. This is my coworker. We're here to help. Take a look around. Let me. And I'm like, what? So it's cool, man. I really enjoyed it. I can definitely send y'all some pictures, and then they have like a space in the back where they can do like some customization on like apparel. So they
Mm-hmm.
have like
Okay.
Jordan like specific logos, World of Flight, Philadelphia type patches. It's a nice spot.
Nice, nice. Jonesy, what about you? Have you been there yet?
Yeah, I haven't been, and I was wondering. You just brought it up. I was wondering if they did any or how much customization you could get done in there,
Hmm.
or was it just like the standard Jordan fare?
Yeah, nah. So like there was a guy in there that was like getting every patch he could. Not my style.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand. Yeah, so there was probably about 30 different things that you could choose from
Mm-hmm.
to like add to like an apparel piece. So like for me personally, if I was to do something, it probably would be like get like a crew neck or a hoodie, get like one patch. You know what I'm saying? Call it
Mm-hmm.
a day. Um, there is in that same space is like a vinyl, like a record collection. And it's interesting how they curate it. They have he's the he's the DJ, I'm the rapper.
Mm-hmm.
They have like a Patti LaBelle album. They have like it's just interesting. They have like the Sound of Philadelphia,
Mm-hmm.
um Things Fall Apart by the Roots. Like
Okay.
the way it looks, it just looks like it could be, I don't know, it looks like it comes out of an ad from like maybe like the 80s or something
Mm.
like that.
And you can play the albums, you can play the records.
No, no, they're
Oh,
just on display.
oh, okay. I
Like,
thought it was like you could like put one of them in and listen to some music
that'd be
while
cool
you.
though. That'd be
Yeah.
kind of cool. I don't know. I mean, I think it'd be cool for like younger people
Mm-hmm.
because they would be like, "Oh, how's this work?" You know, because
Yeah.
I watched the TikTok or an Instagram. I don't know, but a guy literally was just like putting money in the machine to play a jukebox,
Mm-hmm.
and like that was his video, and like he was like fascinated, like, "Yo, look," and I'm sitting there watching it, like,
He's treating it like it's an MP3 play, like
yeah,
it's an
I was like,
iPod.
is this cool or should I be mad? 'Cause like,
Like,
'cause,
I don't
like,
know how to feel about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I'm like,
exactly.
yeah, but like,
Kind of.
hey,
It's like I'm
man,
kind of having a moment right here.
yeah.
All right. I know. So just keeping with sneakers real quick. Do you have a
Mhm.
Mount Rushmore? What is your Mount Rushmore of sneakers? Because
Yeah.
I know you got more than one favorite. You can't have just one favorite.
Yeah. So I'll give you two that just like mean a lot to me
Mhm.
because when I was a kid, um, it wasn't that I couldn't get a Jordan.
Mm,
I'm a middle child, so I always just kind of thought to myself like, don't even ask for it.
mm,
So like as I got older and became an adult, I remember my mother like, you should have asked, and I'm like, Ma, it was $100. I don't think you were going. You know what
uh-huh,
I'm saying? Between that and then like unfortunately people were taking shoes off of people's, person.
Hmm.
Um, but I always went towards like Air Force Ones.
mm,
So I have to put Air Force One on there. Probably like a low. I do like the mid, I do like the high, but I probably
mm,
do Air Force One low because it's timeless.
mm.
Hmm.
I do an Air Max 95, the
That's a classic.
original, green neon
Oh
color.
yeah, yes.
Um, and then I'd say either black cement Jordan 3 or black cement Jordan 4.
Those are nice. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Mm,
the whites are beautiful, but like I always love like
the
the
black
the
ones.
black because like when we were younger, and I know we're all different ages, but we're from the same generation.
Hmm.
Um,
Mhm.
the Jordans came out twice a year.
Yep. The
Yep.
black ones and the white ones. Yep.
That's it. And
Hmm.
then you had to wait till the next year to get the new version.
Hmm.
But
Because
it wasn't no
they'd give you
going
the
back.
first they'd
Right.
give you the first
Right.
colorway in November
Hmm. Start the season.
because that one
They
was
want.
always
Yeah.
that
Mm-hmm.
one was always around my birthday, so I get
Yeah.
those in
And then you get
November,
the next one
and then the
around
second
Mike's
ones would come
birthday.
out
Hmm. Yup.
the second ones would come out around March, February,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Either
Around the
Mike's
All
birthday
Star game.
or Easter. Like
Mm-hmm.
whichever, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So yeah.
Somewhere in
So let
there.
me see. So one of those, either 3 or the 4, black cement, Air Force One, Air Max 95. And then I'd say, man, that's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
That is a great question. I'd probably say the dunk, like
Mm,
the 85, 86 era dunk,
Mhm.
be true to your school that came out in like 30 different college colors. You had the
uh-huh.
Iowa
Mhm. Ooh,
Hawkeyes, you had
that
the
black and yellow, yeah.
yeah, you had the Wildcats, Kentucky Wildcats.
Mhm.
You had the Villanova Wildcats, like you had the Michigan Wolverines. Oh yeah, Syracuse Orange. Like it was just
Mhm.
like that. Those shoes right there really kind of defined an era for me, which
Yeah.
led me to where I
Yeah.
am now.
Mhm. That Syracuse stuff used to slap though back in the day, man.
Yeah.
That, didn't go to Syracuse. Didn't
Yeah.
even look at it as a
Yeah.
school, but that
Yeah.
Syracuse gear used to
But
slap
like right
back in the
before
day.
that, it was Georgetown, it was UNLV. So it's
Exactly.
like, you know,
Syracuse, Georgetown, UNLV, all those colors. It's like,
yeah,
yes, please. I'll
yes.
take all of that.
That's yeah, man.
All right. Hey, look, man. Let's switch gears a little bit
Hmm.
because we actually have some good-ish basketball to talk about. I
We
say
do.
good-ish because my man Mike Jones is here and he's king of skeptics. And
Well, it's early.
it's 4 games into the season,
It's
and I'm
early.
trying to be. And it's like, and he knows me. He knows I'm Mister. I take it. I go overboard. I'm Mister. All right. When's the parade happening? But
Yeah.
but nonetheless, Sixers start the season winning their first 4 games.
Hmm.
Edgecombe playing really decent ball at the start of the season.
Hmm.
On one hand, it's like, wow, this dude's really nice. But on the other hand, he is the third pick in the draft, so you kind of expect him to kind of hit the ground running. How surprised are you with the way he's come out the gate so far this season?
So I watched him in high school, and all along I was like, listen, if he's available, that's who the Sixers need to pick. I just like his versatility and his willingness, because there's a lack of willingness to play defense nowadays. But he's spirited on the defensive end. So um, just his youth and his know-how, and then just like the fact that he wants to be a two-way player. Um, I'm really happy for him. And he brings a he brings an enthusiasm to this team and to this city that I also feel like Jared McCain does as well. Like that youth movement, they're kind of looking at
Mhm.
it like, if you say anything about 1983, you might as well be speaking a different language. Like
Mm,
it doesn't affect them, so they're just looking at it like, let's go out there, let's hoop, So like
Mhm.
I really enjoyed that. Um, and it's on one hand surprising because like you're kind of looking at it like before the season, like, all right, Embiid's going to be restricted. Paul George is coming back probably in the spring, and then McCain goes down, so you're kind of like, how good are they going to be? But they have balance. They have balance, and then they also have like this enthusiasm that does come from Edgecombe that is infectious, and you can see it, in the guard play. And like the first game, I'm like, okay. I watched practice. I watched the first game. I'm like, okay, he's got some good reps with the first team, but like he is the first team. like
Mhm.
now. Like, you know what I mean? So it's really cool to see him. Um Another undefeated team, like the Bulls, they have youth, but they also have like vets at like some good positions, like Vujacic. And I mean, he's not like a vet, but like he's been in the league since like 21. Josh Giddey, like they
Mhm.
have enough, like Kobe White, like they have enough guys that have enough experience, to get after it. The Spurs look great. But it's early. The Lakers are kind of like they're trying to figure it out, but you could kind of see it. Um, and I'm just kind of waiting for Dallas to click because I think they're gonna click. But the NBA, the East is wide open because clearly the Sixers and the Bulls are 4-0.
Mm.
Right.
But Milwaukee is going to be hovering. The Knicks need a little bit more time, but they're going to figure it out. Miami didn't quit like I thought they would, so it's pretty cool. Don't see, pretty cool.
So with the Sixers
Mm-hmm.
and the youth movement, like Maxey, Edgecombe, these guys can get up and down the court.
Mm-hmm.
How do you see it working when Embiid's off a minutes restriction and a 36-year-old Paul George is back on the court? Because right now this team looks like they play better at pace than they
Yeah.
would in a slow down game.
Yep.
How do you see that working when you have to integrate those two players back into this team?
Yeah, that's a great assessment. I was thinking that as well. One of the things when I watched the games, so like that first game Embiid played, first game since February,
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching him pull up from three, and I'm watching the team kind of look at him. But then you look at the next game, and like you said, is up tempo.
Right.
They're running, they're filling the passing lanes. You know what I mean? Like it's two different teams,
Mm.
and rightfully
Exactly.
so. Rightfully so. When you incorporate those veterans, it's one team, and you subtract those veterans, it's another team. And I think that if I'm the GM, if I'm upper management, I'm looking at it like this is the future, and let's see what we can get. Because before that, it was all right, we're going to make a splash and we're going to try to go for it. Now,
Mm.
it didn't work. Injuries
Mm-hmm.
happen. It didn't work. And last season was kind of a lost season. I think even the players would agree.
Mm.
This year is different. And it's different because they're playing that up tempo, spirited, but balanced basketball. And
Mm-hmm.
I've never liked Embiid as your 3-point shooter. Um, and like McCain's coming back, he can shoot the three really well.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have some options for February, and I'm not gonna be surprised if and when some big names are traded.
Real quick, we got a viewer comment. Shout out to my man Mike Patton. Said, I'd be telling those older cats to get down or lay down, like Nino Brown said. They either get with it or get left behind.
I mean, he's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong. And granted, yes, we're talking 4 games into the season,
It
but
is. It's early.
4 games into the season, but the vibes is good. You see this
Yeah.
team, they're getting along.
Mm-hmm.
They seem like they like each other. So it seems like, as of right now, 1 week into the season,
Mm-hmm.
it seems as if Embiid understands that,
And
this,
it's
that
like
they're.
if you look at all
Yeah,
right,
go ahead.
JB, did you watch games like the last game the Sixers played?
Yes.
So Embiid had 25 points in 20 minutes,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
but in those minutes, he's scoring. The offense slowed down when he gets the ball. People are often standing around watching.
Mm-hmm.
VJ Edgecombe got one shot he got his first shot with like 4 minutes left in the
4
first
minutes in the
half.
Right. It
And
allowed Washington to stick around
Mm-hmm.
and make it a closer game. You're
right.
right. Yeah, you're right.
When you got later in the game where Embiid's passed his minutes and the kids got back
Got back into the game.
that
Yep.
up
No,
tempo
you're right.
push,
Yeah.
that's when they made their that's when they got back into the game and won. So that's really when I started wondering, how is this all going to mesh together? Because I really like what this youth movement looks like so far.
I kind of thought last year that the handwriting was going to be on the wall. And this is not me talking bad about anybody. This is just me knowing that the business of basketball is unkind.
That's true.
And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know how long the big guy is going to be on this team. I want it to work out for him and for the franchise. I do. So I'll go on the record and say that. I just know that like history will tell you that, it's not looking in his favor. Like I've seen 3 of the 4 Sixers games. I that was not on my bingo card. I did not think I was going to see 3 out of the first 4 like Sixers games. Like running home, like, okay, let me go watch this game.
No, you're right, because it's like, I mean, you can go back in our archives, me and Jonesy's archives, 2-3 shows ago. Like, Jonesy, we gotta talk Sixers, and do we gotta talk Sixers right now? And now it has become, the vibes are good. It's like, okay, they have something. They have probably more than what we thought they'd have.
Yeah.
Now, one thing
I'll say it this way: Edgecombe is better on the ball than I thought he'd be, and he's a better defender he's a more willing defender than I realized he was. You knew he was physically capable of it, but the willingness from a young player is surprising.
Love it. Yes, sir.
And his ability, and JB, I was always one that says this Sixers team needs a point guard.
But I wanted to get to that. I was trying. Yep, go ahead.
But his ability, Edgecombe's ability to play with the ball in his hands, lets Nick Nurse kind of play a hybrid offense with he and Maxey around the perimeter, where you don't really need a true point guard because neither one of them is actually trying to force. They can just play at that pace together, and there's touches for everybody.
Because Kyle Lowry's a coach / part-time announcer for Prime when the games are on Prime. I'll tell you one thing. It is difficult. Now, I tell you, I done watched 3 Sixers games, 2 Knicks games, and the first game, Houston versus OKC. It is interesting scrambling around trying to find all these channels. But
it was better when it was just 2.
Yeah, good for the league. They're making their money, and the players are getting paid. But man, it's difficult.
You got to have an app to tell you what channel to go.
Man.
Right? Yeah, it's too much.
Real quick, have you watched a lot of the new NBA on NBC coverage? A lot of people are loving that.
Yes. So I'm gonna give you a fun fact, and maybe you guys will bring me back in February. So in February, NBC is going to go to a primetime slot on Sunday nights. And in the opening credits, you're going to see a familiar face.
What?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I can't really talk too much about it right now, but we can always circle back. So yes, I am a big fan of what NBC's doing. But I do love the MJ insight, man. Like, it's cool. It's cool to see MJ, like, classic Michael Jordan.
Absolutely.
First of all, Jonesy, you see how he talks about, I'm going to be part of that NBC in February. We can circle back and you can have me on. The question is, will he be returning our phone calls?
I will. I'll be more than happy to give you the backstory.
All right.
Looking forward to that one.
Definitely looking forward to that. Just real quick, just because I know you're up against it. Just looking forward. Just looking forward as far as the Sixers are concerned. We had some guests, had members of the family on last week,
Hmm.
and good friend Dio Royster thought that honestly, if things fell the way, if they fell in our favor injury wise, and they can maintain somewhat
Hmm.
of good health,
Hmm.
all things considered, because Embiid and George ain't gonna play 80 something games, but
Yeah.
he thought that if this team maintained some health, he thought this could be a top three team in the East.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably 4 5 seed for
Mm-hmm.
sure. Just because like Edgecombe, he's gonna play a lot of minutes,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
which means that he's gonna get a lot of on the job training. And I think that he'll flourish in that role. But they're gonna lose some games because of that too. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? They do have enough people around him where like he'll make a mistake, but like it's okay. I got it. Like,
Hmm.
but yeah, I'm thinking like 4 5 seed, which is amazing. Four seed would be better, of course, because then they play at home. But I agree, man. Like, yeah, you're gonna go through the rigors of the 82 game schedule. Um, things will happen,
Mm-hmm.
and positively, negatively. But I think that the way this team is playing, like they remind me of a college team. The way
Hmm.
they're getting after it, like
Yeah.
the pros, like the modern NBA, today's NBA, post COVID NBA, is not known for like getting up and down the floor, playing both sides of the
Mm-hmm.
court and taking pride in defense. And I'm seeing that from this team. So
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah.
if they can keep that up,
Bonin
uh
playing as a rim protector now.
oh, love him, man.
Mm-hmm.
Love
That's the
him.
guy's name I was about to mention. Like him
Yeah.
just running rim to rim
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
and
like
being able to be a big that.
and you know why, right? Because like
Hmm.
he knows that, hey man, this dude's gonna come off a minutes restriction.
Yeah, I gotta make
He's
I gotta make my
yeah,
mark at some point. Yeah, no, I
yeah.
understand.
He's a former MVP of the league, gold
Hmm.
medalist. Like, yeah, my minutes are gonna go down,
Mm-hmm.
So
right?
this is
Because
his
like,
chance to
Yeah,
show his value.
yeah. But
and
so like,
up
yeah, no,
until
I
he
was gonna
got
say,
hurt, there's that Barlow kid too. I
oh yeah,
I
yeah.
texted Mike Jones in the middle. I think it might have been game one or game two. Like, who is this guy? You know.
But see, that's good because like, all right, so we all know like Adam Bona can like do really well,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
but the Sixers are gonna be looking at Embiid's contract like, look, he gotta play.
Hmm.
If he's healthy, he gotta play.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And that's just again, the
That's the
business
business.
side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. However, they might have Nick Nurse might have to be like, look, I might have to put both of them out there at the same time. I don't know, but like that's a good thing. You want that
Right.
type of,
Option.
problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And always better to have too many guys that deserve to be on the court than not enough.
That's a
Mm-hmm.
fact. Yes, sir.
Exactly. Hey, real
Yeah.
quick, because I know you got family duties. So
Yeah.
where can people reach you? How can people get in contact with you?
Yeah. So all my handles, uh TikTok, Instagram, X, threads, they're all the same. AX Gilbert. You can find me on there. I have been talking a lot of Sixers.
Mm-hmm.
Um and it's refreshing, man. So we'll see. I feel like they're gonna beat Boston, and um, I was actually trying to go down there to see if I could catch Boston, see if they had like a shoot around or some media availability. They don't, because I was going to talk to Jalen Brown. Like, look, brother, they, I
No,
know,
in fact,
they,
no, you don't need to talk to Jalen. You need to take him to see Toot. That's where you need.
yeah, yeah. Well, you know what? He really just needs to let it grow for a second, because
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
he's 29, so he's got youth on his side.
Mm-hmm.
Let it breathe, brother. Don't put no more of that black
Oh,
Beijing stuff on. Nah, stay away from that, man.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be
That's not the
okay.
move.
that
Yeah,
was.
it's gonna be okay. Maybe some tea tree oil, some coconut oil. I got the remedy, man. I did text his manager
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, look, I need to talk to him, man. I think we could save him. Because most
Keep
guys are
hope
gonna be
alive.
like,
AG
most guys
out
are
here
gonna be like, hey,
having
come on
interventions.
home. I feel for him, man. I'm watching it. They
Mhm.
clowning him. He's trying to laugh it off. 29 years old. He not trying to part with his hair, man.
That was definitely a did I
It's a
just see
struggle
that
when it
moment?
starts to go.
That was truly
Yeah,
a did I just see that moment? I'm like,
yeah.
I think that
Maybe if he was 49, but he's
was
29. We're gonna save the brother.
nah, man. Nah, man. In the words of my good friend Marshall Harris, you got to fire your hair before it quits. You know,
So Rashid Brokenborough, Temple
uh, yeah,
University legend.
Hmm.
Uh, I was speaking to him the other day, and he was like, "Look, Father Time's undefeated."
yes,
He
yes.
was like, "But you gotta fight back," and I was like, "Okay."
Oh my goodness, that might be a question. That's a conversation for another day. But
Yes,
AG, you know, it is always a pleasure to have you on the show, good brother.
yes. Thank you for having me, man, and wishing y'all the best this season.
All right, we will
Thank
definitely
you.
get back with you later on this season, especially as your
Somewhere around
As I
somewhere
February.
make
around
my
February.
debut.
Yes, as you make your debut, we will definitely be calling on you, good brother, man. We appreciate you, man.
All right,
Uh,
thank you, man.
when
Y'all be
Sunday
easy.
night football ends, they switch to a prime time
That's right.
spot.
I
Nice.
hear it. Yeah,
Yep,
and
yep.
We're looking for
you'll
Anthony
be like,
Gilbert.
wait a minute.
It's
You know
like,
that meme when DiCaprio's like pointing at the screen
Hmm.
uh-huh. That's
from Wall Street? You're like, wait a minute.
Exactly.
that's gonna be us looking at that's
Yeah,
that's HE.
yeah. You're like, I think that's him. Yeah,
That's the
that's me.
brother. Yeah, that's our man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But
How I
well,
felt the
that's
first time I saw him on 2K. I was like, hold up, I know
Yeah,
yeah,
him.
oh yeah.
yeah,
Exactly.
man. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. No,
All
I
right.
appreciate that. Thank you,
Oh
Hey,
brother.
man,
thank you, brother,
thank
man. Talk to
you.
you
All
later,
right,
man. All right.
peace.
See.
Oh, AG is the second dude that I know that was on of a video game. A friend of mine, Donald Ware, he was on Xbox came out with a black college football video game long time ago. It was like Xbox 360. And
Mhm.
he was the color commentator on that
Mhm.
game. It was him on no, he wasn't the color. In fact, he was the play-by-play guy. I don't know. I all I know is I knew him. And I was just like, yeah, like to me, that was like that was better than a movie. Like somebody I know is on a video game that I bought in the store.
Mhm.
That was crazy. That was crazy. Anyway, hey, real quick, man. Just more Sixers thoughts. 4-0. Guy can, you
Four
know.
zero. I love the like I was saying with AG. I love the youth movement. They're at Edgecombe, and I said this when we were. I forget who we were talking with when I said this, but we were talking with Ty Johnson,
Yep.
and I said I had high hopes for Edgecombe, but for his rookie year, my expectations weren't through the roof as a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
He has absolutely raised my expectations for his rookie year and for what this team can accomplish with him as a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
My concern, honestly, at this point, is that the two big money dudes might hold this team back. And I don't just mean like long-term growth for the young players. I mean like the way they look on the court this year.
Mm-hmm.
If they can't keep up with the pace,
It's gonna be,
it's
yeah.
gonna be interesting. I'll say that.
I will say this because I share your concern about how they played against the Wizards,
Hmm.
where Embiid he had his shot a little because he comes out the gate in the very first game of the season and struggles.
Right.
And even though they won, people are like, "Oh, what's up with Embiid?"
Well, that he's not in game
Yeah,
shape yet.
yeah. But he has shot the ball better since that first game. But
Mhm.
however, the point that you made about Edgecombe not taking the shot, people standing around looking at Embiid, that is a very good point. That is a very valid point. But I think from what I have heard from reports so far is that along with Edgecombe's athleticism and talent, he seems to be a student of the game.
Absolutely. Oh,
And
Edgecombe's a real baller.
yeah, and to me
That's not something I say lightly. He's not just a guy that goes plays basketball or athlete. He's a real hooper.
yeah, exactly. But to me, that gives me hope that maybe a a a safe middle ground might be able to be found. Like, let them play together a little bit more. And Edgecombe is somebody who will be able to figure out how he can still get his shot while Embiid is on the floor. I don't know if
And
it can happen, but to me, it's like I am. It gives me cause to think that I can't say that it won't happen or it can't happen. Might not
and
happen. You
so
might even say, I'm sorry. Go
here's
ahead.
why I have to disagree with you.
Okay.
The pace Embiid plays with, healthy Embiid, not healthy Embiid, he he gets the ball, he stops, he squares, he looks, it's jab, jab, up fake, then maybe make my move. That's 6, 7 seconds off the clock in your half court. You already had 5, 6 seconds gone just getting into your half court. And then that's not the way this youth plays. They move the ball, they get up and down, everybody gets their touches. And Maxey and Edgecombe both get their points, but if you watch, they'll both have 7 to 10 assists at the same time because it's not a ball stopping type system. Embiid is a ball stopper. For him to fit with this team, I fear he's really going to have to completely adjust his style of play and realize I'm here to rebound and defend. The offense doesn't go through me anymore.
No, I see your point. I do, and that's probably me more or less hoping it could be better, but knowing, it is what it is.
And you heard AG. He said he wouldn't be surprised if you see certain names move because at this point the business is cruel.
The business, yeah.
And if you have a team that has young promise and youth, and you don't fit, you're an older, big money guy.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Business is cruel.
Yeah, and yeah, I guess. Well, with Georgia, it is what it is. It'll suck, but Embiid, for someone who has put time into this city, into this market, that would suck. But you understand,
right?
You understand. So it is what it is. Also, real quick, Eagles are in the bye week. Able to go into the bye week on a 2-game winning streak. Got they lick back against the Giants.
I mean, well, first of all, I gotta say this before we even talk about the Giants. What Minnesota did to Carson Wentz should be investigated. That's got to be some sort of abuse, harassment, assault, something. Like, you've got a guy with a torn labrum. His shoulders basically it was dislocated and had a torn labrum. It's basically just hanging on with this super advanced harness they use just to keep his shoulder from falling out of place because he can still throw with his other arm. Kids going to the sideline crying during the game. Teammates gotta help. Like, get this kid off the field. No player's ever going to be like, oh, well, they said I'm physically able to go, I can't go. You're a backup quarterback. If you start telling people you can't go when they need you to go, you don't have a job.
You're gonna be hosting podcasts with us,
right? So don't put that on the player like that. Like,
but and to your point, it's like you see what they did to him by marching him out there, and not just one game, but two
and a half games.
2.5 games like that. But yet you saw him in a game where now that you know what he was going through, and then you see the game coverage of the previous games where they're showing him on the sidelines, him walking to the sidelines after plays, and people are questioning his attitude.
That's not right.
Like,
Hey,
oh, look at him. He,
threw a helmet on the side. Like
he
the kid's in the worst pain of his life.
yeah.
And he's we're talking about the kid who threw a touchdown after he tore his ACL.
Mm-hmm.
And he's telling you he's in the worst pain of his life.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And it's like, but you see the narrative that they were trying to push before you realized, oh, this team was marching him out there with one arm for 2.5 games.
Right.
Like they were sitting there telling this man, and people were talking about like this man wasn't mentally. They're questioning his mental toughness.
Right. There, say what you want about Carson Wentz. Toughness was never his issue.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
You want to say he was selfish, a bad teammate? Cool. Don't tell me he wasn't tough.
Wasn't tough. No. You were
I'm at this
absolutely right
point
about
seeing the
that.
man throw a touchdown with a torn ACL, and then play 2.5 games with one arm. The dude's tough.
You look at that last team he took to the playoffs and the beatings he took.
Mm-hmm.
That man's tough. I agree with you. There's one thing you can't say about Carson Wentz is that he's not tough.
Exactly.
But back to the Eagles.
Yeah, right. So the Vikings first, now the Giants after that.
Mm-hmm.
The running game finally got going.
Mm-hmm.
Offensive line looked much improved. And I'm really excited to see what they look like after a week off to try to get healthier.
Mm-hmm.
Because, the O-line, we all know they were banged up along the line this year.
Mm-hmm.
And we're Eagles fans. We're used to having the best O-line and a top 2 O-line in the league for the last several years. And we know these guys have the talent to be that unit again. We just need to see them get healthy, get right. So I think the bye week came at a great time where stack a couple wins, get yourself feeling good, get an outstanding performance from your O-line where you get 70 some yards on the ground, 200 yard backs, quarterback. I'm gonna get back to the quarterback, but all of that is like you've got a lot to build on going into the bye week and a lot to feel good about.
It was, I think, probably with, and I'm speaking directly to Stoutland and Fangio specifically. It's like when you give those two guys preparation, time to prepare, it makes a world of difference. You think about when Juergens went down and how that offensive line played when you had to just insert Toth onto the offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
And just the domino effect that had to the running game, to the passing game. But were you really thinking about, like, then you think about that Giants game. You think about the Vikings and then the Giants, where you think about the Vikings where, the passes that Hurts was able to make against the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look at the holes that were opening up for the running game against the Giants. It's like, oh, okay, they play on Thursday, they lose on Thursday, and then you gave Fangio and Stoutland a week and a half to figure out some alternatives, how to work the new pieces into the lineup. And okay, now you see the improvements. I'm sitting there after that Giants game like, I don't want Toth on this team. I don't want to see Toth again. But look how he has played these last 2 games. I'm like, okay, all right. Still, would rather have Juergens, but okay, Toth is a decent fill-in. He is a decent second string center. I can deal with this.
All right. All right, JB. Let's go ahead and get to it. I know this is what you want to do. Quarterback last 2 weeks, really efficient. A lot of touchdowns, lots of big plays. What do you make of how the quarterback's been looking the last couple of weeks?
I think it's been I think the quarterback is par for the course for the narrative for this quarterback, where it is the plays that were made that needed to be made to win games. He made them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not perfect. There are quarterbacks who played better. He's not going to be up there leading. He's not necessarily going to be up there leading the stat lines every week. He's not going to have you winning fantasy games.
Oh, last
But
week with 4 touchdowns,
well,
you might win a fantasy game.
no, I mean, but honestly, what's funny about it is going into that game, the Vikings had a really decent pass rush and a pass defense. So more than likely, you weren't starting Jalen Hurts that week, unless he's your everyday start, your every week starter.
So I've consistently said when Jalen Hurts plays at his ceiling, he's as good as anybody. We've seen it multiple times. I've also consistently said the question for me with Jalen Hurts is how often he plays at or near how consistently he plays at or near his ceiling. The last 2 weeks, he's been pretty good. I have one concern with that, and it's just something that bothers me about Hurts's game. And a lot of times we'll try to write it off. Oh, nobody's open. I just feel like he holds the ball too long sometimes. And like, if Tank Bigsby didn't run for 30 yards on second down, we'd be talking about like, what's this dude doing? Holding the ball, dropping back, holding the ball, dropping back. Now you're at 2nd and 31. Like, Tank Bigsby bailed Jalen Hurts out of that. Because
you are not wrong.
Aside from that, I've really got no complaints about how the quarterbacks looked the last 2 weeks. It's just those couple moments where it feels like, yeah, maybe you should get the ball back out quicker. And when I see that, it makes me think back to a few weeks ago, a missed deep ball with AJ Brown, where everybody said he stopped running. And he's like, I looked, the ball wasn't coming. I looked again, the ball still wasn't coming. And then eventually you just start to think, the ball's not coming.
And then the ball came. No, I get it. You know, what you saw.
He won the last 2 weeks. He's thrown touchdowns, no picks, high completion percentage. We're nitpicking very good performances from the quarterback.
And it's honestly, it's a great conversation to have, to be able to have, where it's like, all right, these are issues.
Yeah, we're not saying the quarterback's big. Oh, no, we're not saying the quarterback's out here throwing the ball away. I just like to see him let the ball go a little quicker sometimes.
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand, but I think honestly, and it's, you're not wrong,
because
you're not wrong.
If you check the numbers, I'd be willing to wager if you look at quarterback time from snap to throw, Hurts is probably near the longest in the league in time from snap to throw. And I'm part of that. Yeah, he's trying to use his legs to extend plays. Part of it's just you got to know when the play is dead. Throw it away, get rid of it, and live to fight another down.
And honestly, it's like that has been probably an Eagle quarterback problem for a long time, because we used to say the same thing about Carson.
Well, with Carson, we clearly knew he didn't have anybody to throw the ball.
No, I mean, no, but he did. But he also held the ball,
trying to make plays with his
legs. He did.
And you got to know when to. And that really became an issue with Carson after the Super Bowl year.
Yeah, after the Super Bowl year, when once there needed to be a transition, You know, he always, like
Alshon was gone. Torrey
Alshon
Smith
was
was
gone.
gone.
Yeah.
And it kind of felt like he's out there just trying to play hero ball.
Mm-hmm. No,
Doing
exactly.
too much sometimes.
Exactly. You know, when he didn't have those he didn't have those rescue players that he had during the Super Bowl run. So it's one of those things where it's like once it really, really becomes a problem, we're going to talk about it more. It's bothersome. But, you know, you're not wrong, but still, is it at this point now? You know, like his holding on. Yeah, right now in the grand scheme of things, that him holding on to the ball is a 40-degree day. If you remember the Wire, if you remember that scene, it's a 40-degree day, but it's something that could change if the fortunes change. You know, not to make too many references to 2023. But yes, there were issues, and how much attention we paid to them when they were 10-1, and how much attention we paid to them at the end of the season were two different conversations.
Exactly.
So if we really feel like things are going south, and
I don't feel like
we thought it might be.
Don't be clear. That's what I'm saying. I don't feel like things are going south because I actually feel like the last 2 weeks things have looked better as far as the passing game.
Yeah.
You know, the first couple weeks I was like, yeah, he missed some throws. Even like that, even on completions, like, oh, that could have been a little thrown a little better. It was a little under. Like the passing game, I feel is improving. They found more balance. The run game is now opening up. I feel good about all of that. I'm nitpicking wins. And the one thing I didn't like, it feels like the quarterback takes too long to decide what he's going to do with the ball.
Understood. All right. We have no football, no Eagles football this weekend. What are you going to watch on Sunday?
Probably the back of my eyelids.
No football at all. You're just going to sleep through the game? No, I hear you.
Of course, there may be some flipping through whatever's on, but
all right, hold on.
There's nothing I have to watch this weekend.
Let me pull out the schedule. Oh, goodness.
Oh, I've got the schedule. I'm just telling you, there's nothing I feel like is a must watch this weekend.
All right.
You got Ravens and Dolphins tonight.
Ravens and Dolphins.
Falcons, Patriots, Chargers, Titans, Bears, Bengals, Colts, Steelers, 49ers, Giants.
Oh, goodness.
Broncos, Texans, Vikings.
Oh, you do got Chiefs and Bills.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's probably the game of the
week.
Yeah,
that's the game. Yeah, that is the game of the week.
And like I said, I'll probably be flipping through and watch some of it, but
Cardinals and Cowboys on Monday night.
My thing with Chiefs and Bills is regular season doesn't seem to matter because postseason ends up the same all the time.
Yeah. So the Bills are probably going to smash the Chiefs on Sunday. Or Sunday, and they get to the playoffs and get smashed. Is what you say?
No, I don't know. I'm just saying what. Regardless, like because they both won games regular season against each other.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Postseason, only one team wins games.
Understood. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you tell us what you think of today's show. Shout out to our guest, Anthony Gilbert. Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, X at Jonesy and Brown or at BITW Sports. Also, make sure you check out our segment on the Lance J Radio Network. That's three times a week, right?
Something like that.
Something like that. You tune into his show on HUR Voices on Sirius XM Radio, and at some point in that show, you're going to hear Jonesy and Brown, all right? We're going to talk about something, okay? Shout out to him. Mike Jones, have a good weekend, my friend. Watch some basketball, watch some football. Sleep.
It's all
good. It's all good. All right, man. Hey, that has been the Jonesy and Brown Show. You guys take care. Enjoy your weekend. We out, y'all. Peace.
Peace.